Hello viewers, today we're going to be looking at a wonderful YouTube poop by one of my favourite poopers, Blue556. He says his name is inspired or derived from a car or engine of some kind, I can't really remember. Despite what these bars show, I've watched all 6 of these through, and one of my favourite YTPs of his continues to be this one here, The Adventures of Fat Jeremy. And today I thought I'd take it upon myself to analyse why exactly this YTP is so successful on the night of one of my A-level exams. So, I should give a fair warning, this does have some incorrect uses of certain language in it. It relates to Jewish people in an unfavourable way, presumably as a matter of satire. This kind of thing happens in a lot of this person's videos. I'd like to think that they don't personally hold a lot of the views that are portrayed in his videos, and I would like to think that they are simply an ironic portrayal of Jeremy Clarkson and his fellow representatives here. So without much further ado, let's get into the adventures of Fat Jeremy.
Tonight, Jordan and Britain go to war.
That was very funny immediately. I'm going to turn off my weird voice boost nonsense.
Tonight, Jordan and Britain go to war.
That's funny.
Boobs.
That's
James
really funny.
comes in Richard.
That's also really funny. I didn't even notice. That's the first time I've noticed that.
Track. Boobs.
Hang on.
James comes in
I've
Richard.
never noticed that before.
Volvo on our track.
Okay.
And we have some purpose.
Slightly more orthodox intro than what he can sometimes like to do in these. Sometimes he'll make it so he'll arrange every single note just going downwards. So it just progressively goes down. That was a bit more fast-paced.
Hello, good evening. Now, a number of people have been saying that there are too many cars on this show. So the production team came up with a plan.
So he likes to omit words a lot, which is very funny. You'll often find £3.50 and something being X pounds instead of £1,000, which is continually quite funny.
And we were told to fuck off.
He likes doing that.
This
That's also
is what happened.
This is one of my favourite parts.
Services. Happened.
This is so stupid.
I was the first to arrive with, well, look at it.
Yes! Yes! Yes, Volvo! What a great Volvo!
This recurs. He does this in newer ones as well.
Wee madam.
It's a Volvo.
Wee man.
And it's the V6 model, so it has the V6 engine.
Brilliant gag.
Electric sunshine roof, electric leather, electric air conditioning, electric corrosion, electric dents and scratches.
I like that as well. You see, this one, I like this one in particular. He does a lot of that now. He does a lot of the reversing and like the woo woo woo, and it works well in short bursts. And what I think this does, and again, I'm not necessarily dunking on his more recent. I was going to say more modern, on his more recent YTPs. They do a lot of this, and they don't do as much of the clever stuff like James comes in Richard or anything like that. There's a bit more of this, and this can work very well in short bursts like this because it's the subversion of expectations that you then get as a result.
Oh no, James has bought a hamster.
I love that. Yeah, I think that's funny-ish. I think it's funny. This is genius.
If I were a rich
This became a verbal vocal stem for about a month.
Okay, I've done If I Were a Rich Man. Any other suggestions?
Robbie Williams.
There is, coming up ahead, an enormous Jeremy.
I'm really fat.
One of my favourite moments in YTP history is about to come out.
That's the compressor.
In fact, a belt that drives the air conditioning had snapped and knocked a belt out of the air conditioning. Simply put it back in the cab, fill that with water, and I was on my way. Yay.
I love that because yay is an English word. So it's like, and I was on my way. Yay. That could conceivably be a sentence.
And I was on my way. Yay.
Also, why is air and water lowercase? That I loved that so much. He does this still. He does this still. I didn't find this that funny.
But now, though, the news. And we're starting with the Jews. You see, they like money.
I didn't find this funny. This is just, I don't think this is funny. I mean, I understand why some people find it funny. It's funnier in theory to me. Obviously, again, I don't find it funny at all, but I understand more why this is funny than some of the newer stuff where he says things about people of certain countries, and it's just like, okay. I mean, I understand the shock factor in the newer ones, and in this one as well. This one, I think it gets funny points because the word Jews is so intrinsically similar to the word news. So there's that funny. It's sort of it's got that irony of it being such a almost a lowball joke in theory.
Here's the Dodge Charger, and over here, another Dodge Charger.
I like that, but then he does this. I loved that harmonising of the scream. That is such a good play. I want to see more of that in the future. And then there's a similar musical-ish thing that happens later on where a shriek or something is sort of split.
So there we are. It's rubbish.
I believe it's this one.
If you buy an American car, you're going to have to commit acts of love with an American car.
How much do you think you're going to get for this?
About £8,000.
What? Why don't you write to us at, I'd like to buy Hammond IR. It's time now, though, to meet our guest. Ever since she came, she has come.
I find that funny. That's not like a haha, that's really funny. That's just a huh.
She's a bitch. And as far as I can work out, she's absolutely nothing.
Okay, fine. Okay,
Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan!
This is a recurring gag.
Jordan!
He keeps on doing Stephen Fry. Yay. Stephen Fry. Or it's like, Stephen Fry. Stephen Fry. Yay. Stephen Fry.
How are you?
Yes!
This is just a bit weird. I understand why it's funny.
What?
I like that part. This is, again, I like this because it's a weird break. There's some real good, almost like weirdly cinematic timing here that ultimately ends up happening because there's so much commotion and then it's just snap, click, gone.
What?
I find it quite funny. Other than that.
What I love about this is I do get girls. Lay in the garden last weekend, beautiful sunshine. Lay there, hour and a half. I came.
I'm more into cars than the clothes, so. And
I love
normally
that
only
you
wear
just didn't even bother trying to like make the mouth go and look
You can only wear clothes.
realistic.
No, that was a spec. Well, should we
That was a speps.
find out?
Okay.
Anyone want to see the lap?
That was a
Okay.
speps.
Here we go. That's a start.
That's fine.
Last corner and tidy
Why did the car not go backwards there?
across the line.
Okay. That's fine. That's just weird. I don't like that. I don't like that. But this part gets funnier.
I think if we were to make an award for the most ever, you would win that. Would you agree with
That's
that?
all right.
That's just absurdity.
Where do you think you'd
Absurdism. This part's funny. I'm not going to interrupt this part.
come?
Near the top.
No, you shit. George.
Right.
I love the abruptness of the clap there.
Now, Rolls-Royce have said that they will never...
Oh yeah, this one has the N-word in it. I've just remembered. This one has the N-word in it, I believe. But this is a very funny section, I will admit. And I think, obviously the N-word is a very offensive word. And obviously, being white British, I can't condone its use in any such circumstance. But I understand why he puts it in here. It makes a lot more sense in my opinion.
So here it is.
You'll see.
This is a unique one-off car. It's called the 100 SEX.
It's also a lot more apparent that she's trying to make a deal of another character in this universe. This is hilarious. It reminds me of the Seuss, or the Seuss Jizz, has appeared in the it was this one, The Grand Search for Bitches.
And it is magnificent. Just look at the size of it. Rolls-Royce actually say it's supposed to look like a Fiat Panda, and it kind of does.
Someone confirmed that in the comments.
A man from BMW delivered the car to us in a
N-word all that.
T-shirt, and he was very strict. He said to me, "Nigga."
I understand it to an extent. I don't like it, obviously. I wish it wasn't there. but I get why he did it.
This, though,
This is hilarious.
is solid fart. How about that?
Ooh.
But what I really like about this is the normal Nancy Boy V12 that you get in these things has been replaced by a V6 for smoothness.
So expect to see it on sale soon for about £300.
I find that so funny because there's an audience laughter at what I'm presuming is the price tag of 300,000. I've not actually watched original Top Gear episodes, so I've not a clue. But I'm presuming that this was 300,000. So obviously the audience laughs at it, but you could also conceive of them laughing at the idea of it being £300.
Going to move on now to track days. The idea behind these is very simple. You take your car and then thrash it round in the evening. Some companies are actually making cars specifically designed for the George.
I love George.
My butt. It's a plus. It's a plus.
That was okay.
It's a plus.
It was a bit. That part was a bit disjointed.
It's a plus. It's a plus. It's a plus. It's a plus. It's a
Okay,
plus.
another test. So if I could
I didn't find this.
have the envelope, fuck you.
Sadly, I couldn't beat James, but surely I could beat Fat Jeremy.
And now. Damn. Okay, I admit it.
I'm really fat.
But it's time now.
just reversed. They just reversed that part there. Hang on, can I go back to it? I don't want to skip 5 seconds. But
Damn. Okay, I admit it.
I'm really fat.
But it's time now for the next challenge. Each of you must drive your car at 30 miles an hour.
Hey?
You lose 10 points if you killed,
Hey?
5 points if you killed, and 1 point if you killed.
Hey? James, are you all right?
okay,
Well, it's been good.
here we are. Here we
I'll
are.
let Stephen Fry. Stephen Fry. You all right? Stephen Fry.
That's
Yes,
funny.
he's dead.
No, wait, look, he's coming.
That's also
So
really
that's
funny.
10 points.
That I didn't even see that.
Dead.
No, wait, look, he's coming.
He is. So that's 10
Don't
points.
see that.
That was probably the most pleasant thing I've ever done.
Richard's Rover is
This is
dead.
funny.
James's Audi is dead. But my Volvo is dead.
Jeremy, accept it. You're
Fat Jeremy, you have no penis.
Bye.
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8.
6, 7.
10.
Now you can count.
That was a QR code. I've not seen that before on this. Yeah, so I think it's overall it's just a variety of jokes. So you've got ones where it's got kind of just the effects and whatnot.
Acts of love with an American car.
How much do you think you're going to get for this?
about £8
Like this one. That is kind of like your stereotypical YTP, just nonsense. Then you've got reversing applied really well, but it's so spaced
And I
out.
was on my way. Yay.
Like this is like a minute 35 in, right? And beyond that, you've got, in terms of reversals, just pure reversals, you've got stuff like this. But it's sparse. This is not just continued. Like,
Ladies and gentlemen.
this entire part does not have nearly as much like reversey stuff in it. It just for the sake of it. Only towards the end where he goes George. There's like an and that in there. But it's more sparse, but it's not like the other parts are boring because they use all the types of jokes. Like this part.
Electric leather.
None of this is
electric air
reversal, it's just...
Electric corrosion. Electric dents and scratches.
This is my favourite parts, but there's some refine, there's some reversal there, but it's different. It's not within the context of like a particular conversation or anything.
Come. She's a bitch.
Stuff like that's also funny. It's such a variety. It feels like this is like a pick and mix YTP. Like there's pretty much everything you possibly want in there. 100 SEX is really funny. There's enough wordplay. It's a really versatile YTP. It's got lots of flavour. It's stuff like that as well that you don't even necessarily... I didn't even notice it. I'm sure that most people possibly did notice it. Most keen Jews did notice it on the first time round. But like, yeah, I might have noticed that QR code before actually. Don't know. But yeah, like stuff like this as well. And when it is reversed, it's really tasteful like here, where it's just absolutely hilarious in my opinion. This has been a verbal stim for possibly since it came out at this point. I don't even know. But I find it so funny. So yeah, just a quick review on this absolutely lovely YTP. I recommend that you watch it. It's a brilliant piece of art. Yeah, enjoy. Have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.